Hello everybody, this is Andre Aguides Desjardins. The sun is shining in a radiant way, and we are going to have another Oath of the Gatewatch crack-a-pack where Chandra's making an oath and we're still not sure why. It's just going to make that noise. The little slits here, I've seen the little slit here. I can just go like that. But I don't know. I like the noise. Give it a smell. The new card smell. Feels so good. Alright. So here we have first card. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try it. Aeronaut. He's a 3/1 flyer for 2. Good if you want to block. He's actually one of the cores that have ally that have ally on him, so that's good. Good if you want to block. C card. Play him. Not thrilled to. Move on. Umra. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Tangler. He's a 2/1 for 2, and he has prowess. I would like to think there's some sort of blue-red aggressive deck that has prowess, and he would fit into it, but I'm really not that sure there is. That being said, I'm probably happy to play a 2/1 for 2. That seems fine to me, and it has ally on it. That may or may not matter at some point. Alright, Consuming Strike. 3 in red, devoid. You can exile target land creature, or it deals 4 damage to target player. I think this can be a fine filler card in the red decks, especially if you know they have some awaken spells. Or other ways to get lands animated. It's an absolutely fine filler card. It can end it. That being said, it's still just a C. It's still just okay. You're not happy to jam this, but you will. Vines of the Recluse. This is a pretty okay combat trick. It's 1 green for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+2, gains reach until end of turn, and you get to untap it. It's a fine combat trick. That being said, I don't think this is a format of heavy combo or combat tricks. The 2 toughness, I think, does make this a playable one, and the fact you get to untap a creature, but it's still just a C. Low casting cost, 2 toughness, untap the creature. Makes it a C to me. And I'm probably not looking forward to playing combat tricks. Zulaport Chain Mage. Sounds sexy. He's a 4 mana, black and 3 for a 4/2. Cohort, you get to tap and untap him, and tap an untapped ally you control. And target opponent loses 2 life. I think he's fine. He's C. A lot of comments have a flat power level here. You'll play him. He can sometimes end the game without having you have to attack, but nothing special. Not really looking forward to playing him. Alright. Scuttleback Larger. When he 3/1 for 1 and a green. When he comes into play, support 2. And that's to put 2 +1/+1 counters on each of up to 2 other target creatures. So, best case scenario, he's a 3/1 for, or worst case scenario, he's a 3/1 for 4. Best case scenario, he's a 3/1 for 4, and you permanently give 2 of your creatures +1/+1. I still, just from the pre-release, I'm still not a huge fan of green in this set, though it is better. But I find that ability, there is some cheaper removal that gets rid of cheaper creatures. The support 2 probably, I wouldn't play a 3/1 for 4, and I don't think the support 2 puts it over the top in any manner. Like, I would barely play a 4/2 for 4 that could possibly end the game itself. I think he is better than the Scaleback oh god, I can't pronounce anything today. The Lizard, Mr. Lizard Friend. I think he's a C-, to be honest. I think the Sport 2 is not going to happen often enough to matter. Alright, Gravity Negator. 2/3 flyer for 4. Blue and 3. Devoid, flying, and when he attacks, you may pay colorless. If you do, another target creature gains flying until end of turn. 2/3 flyer for 4 is acceptable. It's a little subpar. The added ability is gravy, but I don't think it's groundbreaking gravy. It can help get things through, but he himself isn't a huge flyer or threat or anything like that. I'm going to give him a C. I think he's fine, but the colorless mana is a big thing that a lot of people don't take into effect when they're deck constructing. So, alright, speaking of colorless mana, Hedron Crawler. Look at him, he has little skiddly legs. A 2 mana for 0/1, tap to add a colorless. If you really need colorless mana in your pool or some mediocre ramp, this guy will do, but 1 toughness, no power. He's a very vulnerable mana rock at common, so probably C- unless I really need some colors for very powerful things and Gravity Negator is not powerful enough. I'm not looking to run this guy. Alright, a Vampire Envoy. He's a black and 2 colors for 1/4 flyer, and when he becomes tapped, you gain life, and he's a Vampire Cleric ally. I think this guy can play a very important role in certain decks. The life gain deck, for example. He's probably one of the better ones to tap with Cohort. Good blocker. Still C though. I mean, I would pick him highly as the role filler for those decks, but I'm not looking to first pick him or her or the dude or whatever. A Scion Summoner, devoid, 2 colorless, 2 generic mana in a green. When he enters the battlefield, you get a 1/1 Scion with sack out of colorless. We all know what they do. So it's 3 power and toughness over 3 mana. That's fine, perfectly acceptable. One of the better green cards. Still not looking forward to playing it. I'm going to give it a C. Pyromancer's Assault. I actually had this last pack. This 4 mana enchantment. When you cast a second spell each turn, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. I really like this for its power effect, because I think the effect is very powerful, but I think the setup cost is too high. I'm going to give it a D. I don't want to play this card, or I shouldn't say that. I personally want to play this card, but I don't think I could build a deck that could use this card effectively. That being said, Chris Taylor, please get there. Please get there, make the Pyromancer's Assault deck, make it work. Please do it for me. I'll love you, bro. Ooh, Warping Whale. It's a colorless and a generic mana. And it says choose one. Exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less. Counter target sorcery spell, or you get a Scion. And this, I think, is a very powerful effect for this format. A lot of creatures have 1 power or 1 toughness, so it's early removal for them. You'll also be able to occasionally just counter sorcery spells with it. I think this is a very good colorless charm. This is a reason I would main this. If this would be a reason for me to want to actually draft Waste and play colorless lands, is this card. I'm going to get that being said, it's a B-. Like, it's not, oh my god, this is an amazing bomb, but I think it is a very solid card. You're probably going to be happy when you get one of the top 2 effects with it. That's exiling a creature or countering a spell. And sometimes you'll just get a 1/1 colorless out of it, which is meh. But I think the first 2 effects are very powerful in this limited format, especially on turns 1 to 4. You'll be able to get something out of it. So this is the winner so far. Alright, we have a 3/1 for a generic and a green, which is good, and it has trample as long as it has a +1/+1 counter on it. Again, there is a +1/+1 counter theme with the support and all that, but just this being a green 3/1, it's meh. Like, the 1 toughness really hurts it. Even a 4/2 trample, if you bother to put the counter on it, can be easily dealt with. So, like, this guy's a C. So far, the whale's the winner, but we have a rare. And the rare is Wandering Fumer. When it enters the battlefield tapped, add a blue or a red. And for 4 mana, it becomes a 4/1 blue and red element with 0 mana. Switch its power and toughness. Until end of turn, it's still a land. At F&M, I'm just picking this up because 2 color lands are better. But I think actually the Warping Whale is a stronger card. The Wonderful, I think the fact it's a 2 color land, so it can help mana fix and can potentially become a creature. I think that also makes it a B- in terms of power level, but I think the Warping Ward is an actually stronger card, and I have a Swamping Core ally, so there's my pick from this pack. I'd probably just take that at F&M to be fair, but I find there's a lot of flat power level to the set. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Weird is good, yes. This can also help for your blue-red Eldrazi or Grixis Eldrazi type decks, but I think Warping Whale is a very powerful card for this set. That's all I have to say. Thank you and have a good day.